I think that was by far one of my best
Yeah.
moments. Yeah.
Oh, well, guess what? It's going to happen again.
Yeah,
We're predicting
It is
that
gonna
now.
happen again, yeah.
But it's one game at a time. It's Eastview this week.
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite moment or your favorite thing about Coach Ramirez, your position coach, Coach Cannon? Justin?
My favorite thing.
Yeah, like what's one thing that he does you're like, man, that I'm going to remember that when I get to be an old guy like this, old senior over here.
Just that, like, I guess he pushes us every day. You know, that would be like a memory, I guess.
Yeah.
And then
Mine.
You know, there's one thing that I know, and I don't know if a lot of people see it, but during pregame, after you guys have done your position drills, you guys collectively get together as a group, Coach Ramirez,
Yeah.
and you have your moment. And you don't have to share with us what goes on there. That's for you guys. But I think that is probably one of the coolest things that shows how much of a family and brotherhood
Right.
your position is. You're running backs,
Yeah.
right? Because it's kind of the you can either get the glory, you can get the blame, right?
Right.
Fumble that football,
Right.
you know, or you can score the touchdowns, and hey, everybody loves you, right?
Right.
Yeah, you get
Right.
all those fun pictures. Have you guys pointed at the camera? You run into the end
No.
zone yet? Find the A to Z Sports Media camera and point into it.
Friday.
We're still waiting for Ben and Nick to do that. Haven't done it yet.
Friday, we got you.
I got
Friday?
it. I got
Yeah.
it.
Now that's after like when you're celebrating. That won't get you a 15-yard penalty. Don't come
Right.
and do like
Right.
they do in the NFL. Start dancing. It won't, that Coach Mann has already said that's a no-no.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a little point.
Yeah, he went
Wave
like
at
that.
the. Yeah, you can do like C.D. Lamb did. Just kind of wave. that
That's
might be
a-
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Before we let you guys go, because you've weathered the storm. You've been doing this. You're an old pro. I could probably let you do my job.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. Yeah.
But not bad for a sophomore stepping on here. He was a little nervous.
I hope not.
You did good. Yeah. So hopefully you see you on here a little bit more. But before we let you guys go, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Shout out my mom, my pops, my brothers, my girl, Victoria, and then Capo and Chris. Yes, sir. Capo and Chris.
All right. All right, Justin.
My mom.
Your mom. All your fans, right? Your fan club is starting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody here right now.
Everybody, there you go. He covered the blanket. Good job. He's learning. He's learning. We appreciate Justin and EJ joining us here. Good luck to you guys on Friday. Run north and south, hold on to the football, and get in the end zone.
Yes, sir.
Fair
Thank you.
enough?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have more Inside Raider Nation live from Sharksburger right after this. The Crossover's vision is to give kids and adults a chance to find out what they're passionate about and to motivate them to work hard to achieve great things. We want to bring families together in one destination where they can enjoy their time together no matter what dreams they are chasing. From here, you can go anywhere. The Crossover is Cedar Park's premier sports, wellness, and entertainment destination and is a proud supporter of Rouse Raiders football. Visit crossovertx.com to learn more and go Raiders. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Our pits are 100% wood-fired with oak, a slower burning wood than the mesquite used by others. Along with thyme and oak, we cook with a dry spice that ensures each plate of Rudy's Barbecue is perfectly ready for you. Apply some of our famous sauce, and dinner is served. Welcome back to Inside Raider Nation, live here from Sharksburger, and joining us here at the Sharksburger Corner. What can we call this? Raider Corner? I guess we'll call it Raider Corner. is one of the owners of Sharksburger, Dino. Dino, tell us a little bit, because I know Coach Man and I would mess it up. Tell us about this new burger that you told us about.
Okay, so this week's special is the blue cheese bacon avocado burger, and it's Angus beef with bacon, avocado, and sharp white cheddar cheese. Really good. Not sharp white cheddar. Blue cheese.
Blue cheese, okay.
I'm thinking great white in my mind.
Yeah,
but yeah.
there you go.
Got the blue cheese bacon avocado burger. We get it like every 3 months or so.
Nice.
So it's here this week.
All right.
Come and get it.
You guys still have live music on Friday, correct?
Yes.
Out on the patio?
Yeah, we'll have it through November. We're booked through November.
Okay.
So hopefully the weather stays good. It's been beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's been really good. We've had really good turnout on our Friday night music. So
Yeah, and you've a good turnout here on Monday nights.
yes, very good
You
turnout.
guys eating some hamburgers.
Well, we got some good stuff going on Monday nights.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Love it.
We appreciate all that you do for the Rouse community and for Inside Raider Nation, hosting us each and every week. And I look forward to Mondays because then I get to enjoy Sharksburgers.
There you
the
go.
Sharksburgers bites, the shark bites. The one time I did have that jalapeno burger. Was so good.
Was it good? Yeah.
But I was up till about 2 because jalapenos got me a little bit. So I will recommend lunchtime for those
Yes.
kinds of things.
It's those fresh roasted jalapenos that does it.
My gosh, and the jalapeno cream sauce that you have
Yes.
kind of rivals the other place down the road called Chewy's or something.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you guys just have to come down and enjoy that. See Dino and his crew. They do such a great job, very hospitable. Take care of us on Monday nights, and they'll take care of you. Come down and visit here at the Cold Springs.
We want to tell you how great of a job you all are doing, and
It's Coach Man.
I see your stuff all the time. I'm like, yeah, go Raider Nation.
There you go.
Absolutely.
And great, good stuff.
Good
Thank
stuff.
you so much, Dino.
Thanks for
Appreciate
having
it.
me. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Dino, for
Come see us.
Yeah, there you go.
Drop in here as Sharksburgers feeding the frenzy here at the Cold Springs Shopping Center location. All right, Coach, we get
Yeah.
to talk a little bit about Eastview,
Yeah.
and we get to anticipate what, in my mind, is going to be a good matchup and a good test for the Raiders. And not that any game has been any more significant than the other. I think this is just getting to 1-0 this week and putting yourself in a good position for that district race to finish the season strong.
Well, like you said, no matter what, no matter who we play, it gets a chance to get 1-0, 5-0 in district. That, pretty much puts you in a really good spot with the way the standings are right now. Because you want to be in that one to top 2 seeds no matter what, because that you get to host a home game. It sets you up on the right side, in the bracket. It puts you in different locations and certain things, and you want to be able to have that opportunity, to give our seniors another opportunity to play a home game down the road. So, this is just that one step in front of it. But, Eastern coming in the year, they're definitely returning some good players in some big spots. Defensively, number 33 is back for them. He's their inside linebacker. He's taken over the shoes, what I thought was one of the better linebackers in the district last year, number 24. He's a downhill plugger. He's aggressive tackler. He's very physical in the box. So, again, we're going to have our eyes up looking for 33 all night. He's protected by a really good D-line. They're somewhat bigger than what we've seen as far as from, just strength. They just look strong. Not maybe as physically the bigger, heavier linemen that you would think you would see, but they're very long. They're very athletic. They really do a good job of playing with their hands. So, number 14, he's back for them. He does a tremendous job. We're going to have to really get good hands on him. And then they got a really good corner in number 6. He's a returning starter from last year. They had 6 and 9 back there last year. Now it's number 6 is back. So he does a really good job. They're very stingy. They're averaging about 3.5 sacks a game. So they're probably one of the top teams in the district when it comes to getting pressure. They like to play with the 4 down front, with the 4-2-5 concept. The last couple weeks we have seen everything from a defense stacking our offense. We've seen a 4 down team go to 3 down to go to that 3-1 box, little hybrid thing that Elgin threw at us. Last week again, they kind of jumped in and out of some stuff, trying to stem from a 3 down to a 4 down, 4 down to a 3, just doing everything they can to get us off track. And then kudos to Coach Harrison and the whole line, because that's not easy to pick up. They did a great job there. So they're doing really good. On the offensive side is where they got a lot of power back. 18, returning quarterback. I think he was an all-district player last year. Number 45, their big tight end. He also lines up at receiver, lines up at fullback. You know, he looks like Ben, Nick in that range. He plays really well. They like to target him a lot. If it's a third down situation, good chance 45 is going to touch the ball. So we got to do a really good job. And where he lines, he moves. So you got to know where he is on the field at all times. 6 that I mentioned at DB, he's also going to play wide receiver for him. Wow. He's probably their best downfield weapon. 5's a good counterbalance on the other side. Just 6 has got a little more explosion to him, but both are pretty good. I like their slot, sophomore kid. He's starting to figure it out. He's got a lot of carries and touches for some good runs on the year. And so both running backs are steady. They're going to pound it. They're going to hit the hole hard. And if you don't look up, they'll get their yards. I mean, on the year, we're averaging 177 yards a game. They're averaging 165 yards a game.
Okay.
So we're averaging 322 through the air. They're averaging 158. So there's a little – you're looking at just yardage-wise. We're averaging about 500-yard total. They're about 320. Okay. So that's a good number. 320 is not bad on the year. So about 31 points a game. We're at that 50 mark. But you can kind of throw some of those. They played Arthur Heights, really good physical team who's doing really well right now. They played some other teams, early on that I think has got them battle ready for district.
But I think one thing, and we should have led with this, but looking at their record, and I know records at this point, Coach, it kind of proves my point, validates even what I'm going to say. Anything can happen on any given Friday night. Last week they lost to Bastrop,
yes, they
21-18, which shocked some problems down the road with these last 3 games because they've got Conley the week after, everybody in this district, and they've got Glenn. So there's still those. This is, to me, the fun part of where this is football, and this is what you live.
This is the ulcer part for us.
This is not so much for you as coaches because you start losing hair, your hair gets gray, you start losing sleep, those types of things. But I think from a person watching the game, fans, they've got to love this kind of stuff because you've got 2 teams out there, and anything can happen, and that's why you get to play the game.
It makes them, I was at the game. We went scouted, was at the Bastrop game. And Bastrop is, to me, always that team you want to get them early, not late, because as they start putting the things together, number 17 for them, who's a good running back. We just had a great night against them. He had a great night against them. They did some really good things. They played smart football. ECU missed several overthrows that could have easily turned that game around. There were some questionable calls in that game. I don't feel bad for anybody on bad calls, but it was a tough game to watch on both sides. From a officiating standpoint, it was just tough. It was just a weird game on scenarios.
Yeah.
It wasn't that the officials were necessarily bad. It was just awkward things. But them dropping that game, maybe they were looking ahead. They were looking ahead. I don't think so. I've talked to the coach actually going in. Bastrop's a hard place to play. We've just been very fortunate. I've heard every year you look up, I believe Glenn a couple years ago dropped a game that you're like, Glenn dropped the game to Bastrop? Yeah, it was in Bastrop. Well, yeah. It's real dark. The stadium is weird. It lulls you to sleep, and all of a sudden you look up and you're like, what's going on? Yeah. And so they press. But that just makes them more dangerous because now they're with what their schedule looks like, with what Bastrop's schedule looks like, knowing Bastrop has a head-to-head, Bastrop's schedule looks very favorable to them.
Yeah.
I mean, they got like Cedar Creek, Conley, and I think Elgin left. Well, they can run that table. That's 4 wins for Bastrop. ECU couldn't be looking at that other end of that.
Right.
That's why they're so dangerous this week. And we can't get into looking, they lost. That's just – they're not. They're a very good team. Coach Feacock does a great job coaching his kids. They are very aggressive. They're very physical. Tackle hasn't left us alone. I need that thing to move on now, but it's still there. But credit to our kids. Guys like Ty Rabisky last week stepping up for Zach Allen and starting. And we – looked efficient all the way through. Ty moved over to center because he had to, and then Ely had to move to guard, which isn't where we've been working him a lot. So Ely did a great job second half coming in, and we've been rotating linemen. And that's usually not a good sign, but we've been able to stay on track. We just got to do a little better there, clean up some things on special teams, and then defensively execute on our calls, know our assignments, know where 45 is, know where those guys are lining up, see what tendencies they have, and then execute against them. We're going to get in these games. They're not going to be shutouts. It's going to be a competitive game. Those are where emotions come into check to me. Can we keep our emotions in check? Not freak out because it's a one-score game or they're up. Like last year, they went down. They had the 7-0 lead on us. Mm-hmm. And that was something I was really proud of last year. We never panicked. That's something we're going to have to see because we haven't been in that situation a lot this year. And the one game we didn't handle it well. So have we grown from there? I'm real excited to find out and see.
Yeah, that's a very good point that you made there, Coach. To me, it's just going to be a great football game, and it's going to be good to watch. So if you can make it out to Birkelbach Field there in Georgetown, if you can make it out, we'd love to see you. Come support Raider Nation and Raider football. If not, you can watch online, A2ZSportsmedia.com. You can find the link, and we'll have it for you, hopefully with a good, steady stream. We're working on that, so making sure there's no problems at this point in the season. We don't like to have those problems, but we'll do what we can. Coach, before we get close to our weekly pick'em, which, it is what it is because we're sitting in third and fourth place, just
Players of the week.
the players of the week. We got to talk about the players of the week. You had flex team last week, and then combined, you had some players come up.
Yeah,
got to see some start.
Super proud of that group, man. That was it was an interesting experience. So, and that's hard when you're combining kids, different kids playing together now, not used to playing, different cadence, guys. It's just, even though we clap for our stat, it's still a different clap. And so for those guys to battle through, and I really felt like our freshman team, it was more of a freshman team than an older team. Proud of those sophomores being humble, moving in and doing their job, but I think they were more of a JV team, and for us to come away with that 7-6 win, we had several touchdowns there that were in our range that got called back, but I was really proud that they kept their winning streak alive, even though you count it as a flex, do you count it as a JV freshman, it's a win. It's a win. And we're going to count that and start moving forward.
Yeah, so we'll start with our players of the week. Cody, pop those up, and we always have to start with our defensive player of the week.
2 secondary guys this week.
One with the pick six, and Will Hold, and then Jackson
Coltese.
I almost had it, but
yeah, Coltese is going to be a heck of a corner coming up. He's got the length and range. I really like how he plays. And again, talked about Will Hold earlier, just bragging on that young man because he just has battled through. He had a lot of opportunities freshman year. Last year, we were just, it was up, but getting him on the field was tough. And then he suffered some injuries this last spring and has battled through, and they're in a battle, with starting at corner and back and forth, and he stayed focused, stayed hungry, stayed humbled, and he's just great kid to be around, and I'm really proud of the success he had last week.
Yeah, that was good to see that pick six. I know he was excited. His teammates excited for him as well.
That was fun.
Yeah. Moving on to our offensive player of the week, and kind of a good mix here, but I keep watching that offensive line, just the mixture of those kids that are in there, and I always try to at least give them some love, especially when they have, great protection or they get that hole that Justin Cannon ran through that one time. But Alex DeVille,
he's playing really well this year. I mean, he's only had very few moments that he did not own or dominate the guy he's been in front of. He's kind of the anchor that holds that group program, and he just one of those kids that he's an old lineman.
Yeah,
he fits it, he leaves it, and he embodies what it means, and it's really proud to watch him do the things he does.
Yeah, and then for the flex team was Jacob Lawton.
Yeah.
He had a touchdown there, I guess.
The touchdown
that he dove and got parallel.
It was fun because we were rotating a lot of those guys in, and, he was one of the older guys that, this was a chance, and he hadn't had a lot of success scoring, and to be the game winner, and I was really proud. He waits his turns. He's getting better every week. One of the quietest kids I've been around. You can see him growing with confidence in the program and growing confidence as a young man, and that's as much as it is about X's and O's and wins. When you see that young man starting to grow and grow, it makes you real excited.
Yeah, there's so many stories, and I know, Coach, week after week talk about players of the week, and you give us insight. And it's always those kids that just have fought through adversity, have fought through things, and come out and have just a great game, and they get rewarded with this. And this is all the coaches voting on these awards for Player of the Week. And we'll go to the next one, Cody. And I believe this one is the special teams. We talked about Mason Johnson with his 9-9. He has a school record now, most PATs in a game. And then you have Justin Tatum, who actually kicked the game winner.
He kicked the game winner.
Yeah. So
you make that PAT.
Those two guys. I mean, kickers, players of the week for special teams. There's
Justin
a number of
also did a good job of punting and kicking off too. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's kind of taking that role because before he was just kicking off and doing an extra point, and now he's punting a little bit. So he's doing a great job as well. But Mason just solid right now, and that's and then we'll go to I think our sports med and team teacher of the week.
Overall,
overall, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, Troy. I mean, 4 touchdowns. He, was electric as always. Does a lot of things too. He's in there. He allows Jacob to go get a lot of those blocks, being on special teams. And obviously from the returning phase. Punt return was a little different this week. We kind of schemed it where we weren't going to get a lot of opportunity for returns the way we were kind of blocking and attacking them and making sure that we didn't give up any fakes because they had shown some. So he did a good job of directing traffic, keeping guys from the ball. And then Xavier Bell, he lined up at outside linebacker, inside linebacker. He sometimes jumped over, played O-line for us. He jumped all over the field and really came in and had a big impact on that flex team win from a defensive standpoint.
Yeah, and now I believe, right, Cody? He shows us the last one. I believe our teacher of the week, Shay Davis.
Yeah.
And then I can see this number 14 again. I think I've seen him on scout team player of the week before a few weeks back.
Yeah, he jumped in and just decided I'm going to do the running back on the scout team, and because they, as we're getting in and we weren't quite maybe getting a look, and he was bound to determine I'm going to show y'all, and got in, and we're working him some more now at running back because of how well he's done and showing on that. Elma Elrod's, Coach Elrod's daughter, done a great job this year and all the things that sport medicine's doing for our program. And we're excited. And Shay Davis, who's in our special education department, we had a big week with the, it was Down syndrome awareness for that night. We got a couple guys and girls in our programs that, have that extra chromosome, and they, did a great job of representing them. I mean, it was a big night for a lot of things, and it was, super special. But Shay does an amazing job allowing us to be, including us, getting us involved with it, where we'd probably disappear sometimes with it if we were being honest, but she's done a great job of presenting opportunities for us to get engaged with the program.
That's really, really cool, and congratulations to Carter and Emma as well.
Yeah.
Despite Coach Elrod, I think she just, not really. She does a great job. Also doing little, Flex ATX stuff.
Yeah, she does the Flex ATX,
does some
interviews and stuff like that, which, it's really watching her grow.
Yes.
I've been around Emma since she was knee-high off a turnbuckle, and watching those girls grow. God blessed me enough not to give me daughters, but I've got a few adopted ones.
There you go.
They're pretty special girls in our program, and got a pretty special place. I mean, they were all crawling on the field and stuff with the other boys back in the day, and now that they're in high school, kind of blows my mind, to be honest. It almost seems surreal.
Time is just flying by, but appreciate all the players of the week, and looking forward to this week. I believe there's the freshmen play at a different time, right? They play.
Yeah, freshmen are going to play at 7. Eastview has two freshman teams, so they're going to have a game before us. And so then the freshmen will play the later game at 7, and then we'll still be at 6 o'clock with the JV at home.
And they'll be at Rouse.
And that is at Eastview, not Birkabach. The Friday night game's at Birkabach, which is on Georgetown High School's campus. And so the Eastview game is at Eastview on Thursday, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I want to clear that up in case anybody, and we'll get that out to everybody, sure, with social media and the Booster Club and all the things that they do to kind of help keep everybody and communicate. Great job that they've done, not only last year but this year as well. So we appreciate them. And then we'll go to our last segment, Coach, and we'll just show you the results.
Last second to be last.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening. I can tell you right now that it doesn't really matter. It's kind of like OU Texas. As long as OU beats Texas, it doesn't really matter the rest. It really does. But Chuck went 5-0 in the college. He picked Western Michigan, which I thought would throw everybody off and kind of level the playing field. It actually didn't, but we all finished 3-2.
I forgot that was even a pick.
Yeah, and of course they throttled them, and it wasn't even close. But the NFL, we all kind of were in the same boat. We're picking the wrong people. I'm not going to pick against the Ravens again because I don't know what is going on there. But
yeah, Cody got that one.
Yeah, and then the Cards doing what they do. I mean, they just dismantled the Browns, and of course our Cowboys pulling it out yesterday.
I was almost thinking I went against my old Pats. I thought I was going to pay the price for that.
Yeah, Seattle's struggling. You don't realize how much quarterback brings to a team until Russell Wilson's not on the field.
Yeah, no doubt.
They look bad, but Pittsburgh was able to pull that out in overtime, and the Bucs just keep doing what they're doing. So this week a little bit different. We went with Cincinnati and Navy, and I think everybody picked Cincinnati. They may be for real. We're going to find out against Navy. Navy surprised some people. And then Oklahoma State, Iowa State, that was kind of – I picked Oklahoma State last week. And, of course, I get the look from the Oklahoma Second University fan in the back there, so I'm going to pick Oklahoma State again. I think Chuck was the only one that picked Iowa State. So he's top of the standings. I guess he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he can.
And then Notre Dame and USC, which I don't know if that's the trap game, if that's kind of like Notre Dame overlooking USC. USC's not ranked. They have nothing to lose. Those are always the dangerous games.
Yeah.
So we all picked Notre Dame, and then, of course, OU versus Kansas. They may call up some Rouse Raiders to play against Kansas in that one. Not real sure. And then LSU. Do you like to coach at LSU? Is that why you picked them?
No, I think they're just, I mean, you know, they beat Florida last week. I think Ed Orgeron announcing that he's not going to come back.
Game. Bengals, I think, are
They're
doing
playing well. Yeah. Joe Burrow, wow.
Yeah, but I just Ravens, I think, are going to beat them. We all picked the Bucs against the Bears. The Bears fell apart yesterday, and I guess Rodgers owns them. I guess
He
that's what
said something around that
yeah.
fact. I don't think we can say the full sentence.
Yeah, he just said he owns them. Whatever that means. He knows. We don't. 22-5. So I think he does own them. And then Washington, Green Bay. Man, Washington kind of let that one slip away. I don't know. They may be dangerous, but I think Aaron Rodgers and the group, we all agree to Green Bay. And then the Browns and Broncos. And I guess Coach Mann and I are sticking with Baker Mayfield and the Browns, even though Kareem Hunt, I don't know what happened with him, but, you got Chubb. You still have Odell Beckham Jr., that defense. I don't know. We went with the Browns, and Chuck and Cody picked the Broncos.
There you go.
So
give us a chance.
They're
so
trying
you're
to
saying there's
a chance. Yes. Come out of the cellar. 500.
That's not way off.
So, it's in third and fourth, and then Cody and Chuck can fight it out. And I guess we're just waiting for the right time, Coach.
Yeah, you don't want to get on this too soon.
Yeah, we want to time it just right. But I guess you're not too worried about those standings. We're worried about the other standings where you're tied for first in the district. And then Glenn sitting at third, and then, again, Eastview at 4. But, again, this is not really going to get cleared up, Coach.
No, it'll be last week before you can probably settle any of that. I mean, it would be nice to think in the next 2 weeks something else would change and it'd be all wrapped up in a bow for us, but I don't think it's going to happen. So we got to go take care of business. We got to make sure that no matter what, we just focus on ourselves. It's the getting that. I can't believe we're already going into week 3 games left on the schedule.
Yeah.
That's, these seniors are only guaranteed 2 Mondays left. I mean, when you really get to the serious end, because we already had today. And, when you start looking at it from that, and it's been so weird because we had such a late start last year and played so late, you're like, oh, we should only be about, wait a minute, whoa.
Oh, yeah.
And you start taking for granted how fast it goes. And, it's been special. I mean, 6-1, way we're playing, and, it's like, oh, it's not so fun. I'm like, oh, it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Believe me, we've been on the other side when it was not 6-1. It was the other way around. And you don't want to lose sight of winning's fun and the process, but it's the process that gets you to the wins. And so we got to stick with that process, and it's been working. And, we're battling some elements, but we're going to get there.
Yeah, and I think as hard as you guys put the work in, you're going to put those kids in a good position, and, they're going to be excited. Yeah. And, again, they want to meet that standard. They want to live up to those expectations that nobody set but them, and that's the success that this program had last year, and they want to continue that. I distinctly remember those kids saying last year, and there was a lot of them, Coach, after that Liberty Hill game, we're going to get back here, and then next year we're going to win it. And they've been on a mission. That set the stage, I think, for this success and for them to still be humble, still be hungry, and get after it.
Yeah, if their leadership wouldn't have been so strong that year, guys like Ben and EJ, Nick, Jalen, Troy, that were all around them, that played up as sophomores, we've been battling, staying humble and focusing, because there's things that come when you start winning, and it's a distraction too. And so, last year was fun because nobody expected it. Well, now it's expected. Can you sometimes meeting the expectation is harder than just surprising everybody. Yeah. And so we're still on that path, and it's still fun because there's several polls that are out there that we can use as ammo where we're still ranked behind Liberty Hill, and we're still ranked behind Bernie. All these teams, we're not in even the consideration. They don't respect what we put up the last couple weeks, which is fine. We still got to just go beat Eastview. That's all that matters.
All that matters, and that's going to be Friday night, 7 o'clock, Burkle Block Field. If you can't join us, tune in live, and we will have that broadcast for you. So, Coach, as we wrap things up, we want to let everybody know that we appreciate all the stuff that the Booster Club is doing. We appreciate Dino here at Sharksburger for hosting Inside Raider Nation, all our sponsors bringing you Rouse Raider football, and welcome AutoNation Chevrolet to the list of sponsors, and we're looking forward to
not too late. Jump on the wagon.
Not too late.
Plenty of room.
Yeah, we'll make some room. That's what we like to say. But it's all supporting the Rouse Raider football players, the entire program from top to bottom, and we appreciate all the sponsors in the Booster Club for doing what they do. So we're going to wrap things up,
Sounds
Coach.
good.
And we appreciate everybody tuning in. We're going to say thank you again for joining us, and we will say until next time, good night and God bless. And as always, go Raiders.
Go Raiders.